So welcome to CTS Podcast at Seven Sports Bar.
Are we live? We live out this video, right? Oh,
I'm sorry, Alicia. We have to announce that we have pushed the button. Hurt, please don't trip over the cord like you do on other days and unplug it.
Let the show begin.
Sorry. Can I go now? I'm waiting, I'm listening.
This is about to get interesting.
Welcome to Seven Sports Bar. Welcome to CTS Podcast Live. We are talking, let's talk submission tonight. So tonight's conversation was actually triggered by one of our guests. I won't say which one, but early one morning I woke up and I had somebody tag me in a post. And the post they tagged me in said, can the next podcast be about why women do not want to submit? At Chris Humphrey.
Were those the exact words?
Yeah, it was.
I don't think
And then 99,
all y'all saw the post. Okay.
99 comments later, here we are. I have seen things like, she told me she not gonna feed no man. She not washing my clothes. Ain't that what you said now? She can get it herself and you told security get her ass out of here?
Get her ass up out of here.
See?
Y'all can start that shit tonight. I'm gonna tell you right now. All right. I'm sorry.
See?
Chris, go ahead. Let me get some looking at you.
I'm doing the same thing.
Yes,
So I felt that when we put the invite out, we called out the ladies to be in the audience, to answer the question for them, to give us that conversation of what does submission mean?
I
What,
definitely want to know, what do y'all hear when y'all hear the word submission?
Go
or
sit down.
submit to a man? Or is that what you
Sit down. That's what we hear.
y'all hear? Ho, sit down.
I'm calling you daddy.
I know who to go to. Hold on. Hold tight. Hold tight. Family. I know who to go to. Ask the
Look good in that
question.
shirt.
Ask the question again, Chris. One more time.
So the first question of the night is, what does submission mean? What does it look like?
What is it? What do you hear when you hear that? Not what does it mean. What do you hear when you say submit to your man?
That's what I hear.
You got the mic, girl.
I don't know. I think when I hear submissive, I guess I hear respect. I'm not going to use the word obey.
Not unless it's
Definitely not
seafood.
going to use obey. No,
Not unless it's seafood.
exactly.
I'm sorry.
So let's jump into it.
Here he goes.
Let's go.
Let's.
Hold on. We got one more. We got one more right here.
Oh, I love
What is your
that.
definition of submission, sweetheart?
I hear safety because when women feel safe, they naturally submit. So
Well.
if they're not, then something's missing.
Preach.
I like okay.
So it takes, it's safety that makes you submit to be submissive.
Financial security.
But what does submissive actually look like? What is your part? What do you do to the man?
Why is it
For the man.
Do for? That's all the same thing.
He meant that.
Because you submit to each other, so you do all of the things for each other and to each other, like it's an exchange. So all of the things.
So why does the term submit to a man get such a negative connotation?
Okay, so I just want to say, before we talk about submission, we should all understand like what the definition is, and that is
Thank
to
you.
yield to the position of something superior.
Thank
And
you.
so if there is a man that is superior, yes, in protection and energy and wisdom, there's no issue with submitting. The issue is a lot of y'all is fools, and nobody wants to submit to someone. I'm not, no, we're talking. I'm
Somebody
not saying
get
that
past us some water.
I don't know you, but I'm saying that the reason that it's hard to submit is because people are not wise. And so if I'm trusting you with my life, I can't do that if you're an idiot. And so there's no issue with submitting. I'm the type of woman that I am.
I mean, I
will,
love it.
and I will wash my man's clothes, feet, everything, all the things. I will bow before him. But if he is an idiot, then I have to question, is he worth me risking my stability, my life, my reputation?
No, I don't have to get into it. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Hold on.
I'm ready. I'd like to take
Thank you,
it.
thank you.
I'd
So
like to
with
take
that, you understand the order of submission goes God, man, then family? You're cool with that order of submission?
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Stay
I
in one
think your
space.
answer, and we're good with that. I think one of the first things that comes with submission is trust, right? I think you touched on that. And also, submission is a two-way street. It is. But with the word trust also comes faith, right? So when we're speaking about him being an idiot or things like that, you got to have faith in that person first. If you don't have faith in yourself, how can you have faith in someone else, right? Agreeable?
I don't think I agree with that.
Not. So if you don't trust in yourself, how can you be able to trust someone else?
I got
Can we
you.
agree to that?
I got you, sweetie.
So
Hold tight.
that actually makes, I give you this one. You attract a reflection of you. And if you're with someone you don't trust, then you probably don't trust yourself.
Agreeable.
No.
I disagree with that.
Okay, let's talk
Because,
about
hold on,
it.
because
Let's go.
in order for it to be trusted, it has to be tested.
Exactly.
Right.
So if that's the case, then tests, when you take tests, it's a series of tests over and over and over, just like when some, Sir Isaac Newton or trying to think of something, it has to be tested. So you can't just automatically trust it. And I think nowadays people want that instantaneous thing, so they jump into things without being tested.
They definitely want instant gratification.
Word. So I definitely dig that. I'm gonna go back to it. What my belief is, when we're speaking about submission, for me, it first comes with trust, right? And you don't have to trust someone initially, but you got to trust the process, right? There's a process that we're going through in order to get to the test or to finish it. So, being a two-way street, like how we spoke before about submission, it starts there first. Am I willing to put faith into this situation? Am I willing to trust it? You don't have to do that in the beginning, but the process pulls you through that. We agree on that part, at least? Okay.
But so I would say from a woman's standpoint, when you get in a bad relationship that you really believe in, going forward, you do question your decision. Am I doing this right? Is this the right one? Did I pick right this time? It is a lack of trust, and I don't want to go through that again. Well, I'm not him, but he didn't start out this way. The last person didn't. So you have to, which is where healing comes in, and you do learn to trust yourself. But trust does come in it, because if I don't trust you, I can't submit to you.
Excuse me, Chris, I don't mean it innocent, but I just want to say something. Why can't it be something with balance, something with trust that's warranted and earned over time? That's what you're saying, pretty much condensed. But what I'm saying is, like, when you think of submission, it's not always about aggression, because a man has to submit somewhere too. He might be wanting to watch football, but she want the floor model. He compromised with her, and the thing is,
She definitely want the trash taken out while I watch the
you
game.
got to give to get. It's not asking. I mean, just the.
I'm talking about the trash company.
But the key
I
component
didn't say that's for it.
The
I'm
key
gonna do it,
component
but
to
you want it
everything
done now.
is everybody saying submit, but think about it. You really have to humble yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that takes on both parts. You know what I'm saying? So if you can't humble yourself, you're not ready for a relationship or anything. Because I mean, you go to work, you humble yourself and listen to your boss.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You humble yourself to pay your bills.
Right.
You feel me? If you want to eat, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it starts with self. You know what I'm saying? You got to humble yourself and say, I chose this person. Now, did I really choose this person, or did I just chose the things that he did for me at that time? You know what I mean?
Right.
So who do men submit to? Doesn't man?
God.
You mentioned that.
That's on every individual though. It's not like we have a criteria once you're a man or a black man or a tall man.
So a man can submit to anybody. Don't have
No,
to-
it's their criteria. It's their liking. It's what they like, what they want.
So when we speak about submission, as a man, we also speaking about being a good leader, right?
Right. That's the only way. That's the only way they're gonna do it.
Correct. But in the sense of being a good leader, at some point in time, you have to be a good father.
That's
Right.
true.
That is true.
So that's why I go back to it goes both ways. I would like for my lady to submit to me, but I can also be submissive to her in certain situations as well. But what I'm going to do initially as a man is I'm going to come in and lead. Because that's what I was born to do.
I'm not submitting no woman. I'm the damn man. What the hell am I submitting?
Where you at, man? Where you at?
See, that's the problem. Y'all 2024 people. I'm the man.
What's wrong with you?
Shit.
You still got to give, though. You still
So
got
what
to
is that?
give.
Hold on, D. Hold on.
But-
You say you want to submit to your woman just how you want her to submit to you. What does that look like for you? What does submit to your woman mean?
So I'm gonna listen to her. I'm gonna let her take charge where it need be. If that's her arena, I can sit back and let her lead the way.
As
Now-
far as
now-
I need
Now, when I need to step in and do that, then that's what I'm going to do. But again, it's a two-way street.
Right.
I gotta let her be comfortable in her arena as well and fall back. Baby, you got it. But when we out in this world, I got your hand. I got it. Again, it really is about communication.
I respect a lot what you said, Ian, when you said the man submits to God. In efforts for us to for the biblical standpoint of it, hold up. In efforts for us to follow Christ, we have to submit that He has our best interests at heart. Whether we know what He's doing or not, we trust that whatever you're doing it for our good. If that man is submitting to God, then no matter what you do, I don't question it because I trust that you're being led by a higher power that's going to be for the betterment of us. So you're not going to come and tell me, well, I slept with 6 people for the betterment of us. You know better.
well,
See, and that's why you're still looking for the host. This is why.
Where did the hump of the love
This is
come
why. But it's real because people say, well, you don't question what I do. I question what you do if what you do is not for the betterment of us. Because everything that God does for me is for my good.
You
He
hope
is
so.
not, I know so.
How do you know so?
Because God said so. I don't question
Amen.
the Lord. Like, no. Everything that God does for me is for my good. So if a man says that that's who he is submitting to, and that's where your direction's coming from, I trust it. That's why I looked at you kind of crazy. You was like, it's up to him. So if he submits to Obama, I got to go to? Yeah.
we got a rebuttal.
Oh,
We got a rebuttal back here in the audience.
I said it's up to who? Hold up. Who I said it's up to?
You said it's up to the man who he submits to.
Yeah, you asked me does a man look for? I said that's up to that individual. And you were speaking on the gender of
Who he
men.
submits to.
Now go to the question.
Got you, brother. Here you go. Here we go. What's your name, sweetie? What's your name, sweetie?
Don't you fries and all.
Big L in the
I
building, y'all.
appreciate
Hold on.
fries. Thank you.
So submission is not slavery. Know the difference. And a lot of times, women will come in submissive off top, but trauma makes you question yourself.
Men do too.
So listen, when a man submits, they get submission and compromise mixed up. They're two different things. What you did on there was compromise. When a woman submits, she is gonna follow you totally. Compromise and submission is totally different. And this is why people get mixed up when it comes to submission. No one should be scared to submit to somebody because you do it your job. You do it automatically. You submit. You don't realize you're doing it because you can follow the leadership. Okay?
The doors of the church are now open.
Okay. Take up the offering, baby.
I'm gonna take it up. And if you finish these fries, I'm gonna pass this plate because you was get past us some water.
Thank you, sweetie.
She did all right.
So the word compromise, right?
Black,
Com-
don't
compromise.
throw a lob. Don't throw her a lob.
Nah, let's stay on task. Let's stay on submission.
If you
I gotta
gotta
get
try
a-
to pull the word compromise,
I gotta
down
get
on
an
my side,
understanding.
go for it.
I gotta get the understanding. So with compromise, it gotta come with communication, right? Correct?
Yeah, I think he's talking to you.
I think that's going
Liz,
back
her name
to
Liz. Her lady, the young lady that just spoke the question. Don't she score me? Her name
That's
Liz. Right there. Her
passive.
name Liz down on the end. Liz, raise your hand. He was talking to you. Mel, you get
Preach.
Liz right there. Her camera, you get on Liz.
Here you go, Miss Liz.
Can we agree that the term submission or submissive is subjective in a sense? I would say it is because it's however that person sees whatever their situation. Like some people think of submission, they go strictly to sex, or they might go in the bedroom. That's how some people may see it. Some people may see it as like, okay, I want a slave. Some people may see it like that. Some people may see it as, listen, I just want you to chill out and let me lead. So there's different aspects of the term to me, right? So again, with the compromising piece, I feel as though it first comes with communication piece of clear expectations on how I want this relationship or how we want this relationship.
So can I just ask, can we,
Sure.
instead of us defining what submission is.
I got the mic, sweetie. Here you go. Here you go.
So instead of us defining what submission is, I think that what is more important is that because we all understand that usually we're submitting to the authority of a man, hopefully he's worthy of that. Like, are you asking yourself, like, am I worthy of submission? Or do we just jump that topic and be like, why are you not submitting to me? Because I do think that, as we all have said, like, women do want to submit to men, and we don't want to think about other things, and we don't want to run the house and do all the things, but time and experience has shown us that, like, if we sit back and take the back road, it goes to hell. And so then we're in hell with you, trying to prevent the things that we told you, like, hey, baby, like, I don't think that's a good idea. And it's not like, nigga, that ain't no good idea. Like, no, baby, I don't think that's a good idea. Like, my spirit is saying that we should go in this direction. And you're like, I'm the man. And you're like, okay, so now we're in this bad position. Because
That's ego.
So are we talking from a standpoint of dating, or we was talking from a standpoint of marriage?
I
Because
mean,
it's a
I
difference.
thought the foundation was marriage anyways. I thought that's where we were starting.
All right, so if it's marriage,
You live
y'all both sit in front of the preacher and confess your vows, right? For one for another, dead and work, so you're a partner. So it's a life term. It's a life agreement. You know what I'm saying? Death do a sport. That's what I believe. You know what I mean? So with that being said, if you submitting, if y'all came into a partnership together, so it's gonna be give and take. It's gonna be submitting on both ends. If it's real, I mean, if it's BS, then I mean, it is what it is. You're gonna do what you do. But if it's real, that one party is gonna respect the other party and vice versa. It ain't gonna be no compromise in between. You know what I'm saying? Like, some days my wife might not want to cook, so I'll cook. Or I might not cook, I just do takeout. Or some days she want to do, I don't feel like doing laundry. And she like, I don't want to do laundry, so we call somebody to come do laundry. It's a compromise. Either way, it's getting done. You know what I'm saying? We focus on the wrong things, especially in relationships. I don't like to use the word compromise. Submission, I mean, we in it together. I mean, that's what we there for. We married. So why would you step outside of that or try to confuse it? I mean, a lot of folks do confuse marriage nowadays anyway. So,
And if I can jump in real quick, brother, one of the questions was back here. Hurt, I'm gonna need you for this, brother. I hear a lot of compromising going on. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that word came back up.
Yeah, like,
That was a bad
where's the
word.
submission?
I'm starting to see that as a bad word.
Yeah, and I'm gonna keep my tongue held for another 30 minutes until it's time to go there. But as far as submission, what are we as men looking for when we actually say we want a submissive woman? Cut the bullshit, cut the sugarcoating with the compromise. What do we want? We want our woman to submit to us.
In my opinion, what I want, or
And
I guess
Church,
we
but you
all
sugarcoat the shit.
like someone to make you grow, someone that wish for you to excel, someone you can support, someone that keeps you motivated, and at the same time, you got the things that you mush on. Like, that's the things that make one, because you have to be some type of light. You have to be some type of light. It's obviously got to attract some type of way. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't have nothing in common, it's something that motivates you, drive you, where you want to commit, and that's about loyalty. That's about sacrifice. That's about honesty. That's about trust. That's how you're willing to submit, because it's like a credit report. They've shown that they paid on time. And the times they were late, you understand because you saw it. So you're willing to do certain things to sacrifice your time and your love and your trust for them. That's submission.
Gotcha.
Like, sometimes you got to take less just to get more.
See, I had this shit for years. I got the wrong definition of submission in my head. Carry on.
Go ahead and
share that with us.
Share, no, you do it, because
I mean,
every man is like,
hold on, we got Joe Spoon want to say something. Go ahead, Joe.
I just echo everything Herc was saying. Herc and Mel.
So,
But I want to go back to what Rob was saying real quick. He's talking about submission from the standpoint of marriage. I do think that it has to start with you dating as well. Because if you're not showing me that you can be submissive to what I'm trying to lead us, or me being submissive to your ideas while we're dating, what makes you think you're going to do it if I propose to you? That's, once again, I said you both have to show it during the dating stage.
You submit too.
That's what I'm saying. You have to do it then. Because if I don't show you that I can lead while we're dating, and you don't show me that you can follow, or I can understand your idea while we're dating, we're not gonna get to the marriage point.
So I want
So it has to start. I mean, I love what you said about being the foundation of marriage, but you have to build it when you're dating. If you don't follow me now, why am I gonna think you're gonna follow me later?
I'd say let all of y'all answer the
I don't know, my
question.
situation was different, so.
I want to bring the audience into how we even got here. Right? Let's do a little backstory.
Wait, hold on.
I want to make sure.
Backstory?
No, real quick. It's going to be a condensed version. So there's a list that went out saying these are the 15 things that a woman should do in order to keep a man. One of them was to be submissive. Now, it was a list that went out. It was a list that went out, right? So within that list and the submissive part, a lot of females were stating that I can do most of the things on this list except for be submissive. So that's how we got here. And 90% of those women that were making those comments were strong, independent, very successful women who also had some trauma from past relationships. And the thing about it was, I don't need to be submissive to a man. I'm good on my own. I do everything for myself already. I'm not about to do that part. We can do everything else, but I'm not about to do that. And most men, they want that. They want to lead. We don't want to come in the house and always be combative with our lady. We got ideas or we got visions or whatever it may be. We don't want you to always shut it down because you feel like, okay, I'm the breadwinner, I'm the more successful person, I run this house. No, so that's why we question a lot of men. Do you run your house or do you run around your house? That goes for another topic, but just saying that's how we got here with the submission piece.
He took my slogan.
Mel, go ahead, because we letting every one of y'all tell.
All right,
what is it
let's get to the bullshit. Cut the sugar coat.
Oh, shit.
When I think of submission, granted, FYI, I've never been married, but I've been out here a long time.
You can tell.
A long time.
You can tell.
When I think of submission, all right, when I come home, I like my house clean.
He gonna eat you real fast.
I like my clothes washed on Sundays.
Yes,
I need my stuff ironed for the week. You see what I'm saying? I need all of that done. When I say, baby, let's do something, and you rebuttal, I'm going to let you rebuttal. But at the end of the day, baby, this is what we doing. All right? I done say what I had to say. But she going to only be like that if I holding this shit down. I the fucking man in this house. I pay the bills and I make sure you good. I make sure gas in the car. I make sure everything good. So the only thing I ask you to do is make my house a home. That's my peace. I fight with these niggas out the street every day, all day. But when I come home, this is my peace. You see what I say? I need my house clean. I like my tea ready in the morning. I need all of that. But you got the American Platinum Express. You want the platinum or the gold. You can go do what you need to do. You see what I say? And who pay that statement? That's my thing.
You went to the 843 so fast, we got confused.
Because they aggravated me. Y'all done aggravated me here with this sugar coating shit. Get to the damn bottom, shit.
You went from,
you know what we here
hey
for.
ladies, let me tell you
Get to the bottom, Joe.
Hey ladies, I'm going to tell you what I want in my woman. You joking, boy. I want your woman to
I ain't looking for the holes no more, man. That been 2024.
Clearly, you got to be looking for the holes.
That would be December 2023, man.
I'm doing better plan about just when we went back to South.
Well, now that we know your definition,
I'm sorry, go ahead, Chris.
When you finish making his tea and he passes you the black card.
Platinum gold. I ain't got the black yet.
Then you ain't got no tea. Go ahead and tell your definition.
I mean, my definition is simple, man. I mean, I'm a simple dude, so just be responsible. Do your part, the nurturing portion of it. You know what I'm saying? I guess I take care of the house. You do the nurturing portion of it. I mean, that's how I was raised. Even though I was raised in a single parent home, but that's what I saw. So, I mean, yeah, I can't say I want the woman to fold the clothes and all that because I can do it myself. That's how I'm independent, but
You ain't want meal hot when you come home?
I cook for myself. You know what I'm saying? Even though my wife does cook, I cook for
That's male
myself.
preference, Chris. That's
I
male
mean,
preference.
but that's my
That's if you get
presence.
someone from Charleston.
No, but I did have that before though. You know, before I was married, I had a girlfriend that cooked and did all that. I mean, but at the end, I didn't marry her. You know, it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? So
A question for you.
This ain't for me. That's for the people like you. Don't question me. Question me. Go ahead, big brother. I'm listening.
Okay. So with everything you just said, right? What happened? What happened when the female is the breadwinner?
What happens when the female's the breadwinner?
So she's taking care of the house and everything like that. Yes, you're the man, but she's the breadwinner. So
Good
I
question,
what
Black.
I'm saying.
Good question,
I
Black.
take care of this and I do this and I do that. But what happens when she's responsible for the brunt of the financial piece in the house?
Good question. I appreciate that question.
Once you leave the keys, while she go to work, I'm gonna be out looking for the room.
No, that's a good question. And I've been asked that before. For me, for my answer is, I still the fucking man in here. I don't give a damn what you mean. I'm the man in here. All right, baby. I know you went to college. I probably a hood street nigga. Then there's some time. I can't get a good job. But I do some certain shit that take care of this house. I do some certain things. You went to a 4-year, 8-year college degree. You making $145,000. You know, you making $145,000, $165,000 a year. You doing it. I understand that. But guess what? I'm the man in this house. All right. When I say go, we gonna compromise. We can still, you know, I'm gonna watch my mouth a little bit. You make a little bit of money. I might get that car. You know what I'm saying? But I the man in here. I still, you know, even if you work, I'm probably working too. I ain't sitting on my ass now. I ain't working too. So I still expect certain things. You still gonna cook. You still gonna make sure this house is in order. I don't give a damn what kind of money you make because I the man of this. I'm the man of this house. Now when you leave out them doors and you gonna be around your homegirls and shit, all right, stick your chest out there and go be Big Willie. So when you come through these doors here, I'm the man of this house, and that's just all to it. I don't give a cut the money out. Cut the money out. I the man of this house. And when I say go, I'm gonna respect my wife, I'm gonna respect my old lady. But just know I the man of this house here. So scratch the money. It ain't about no money.
Damn right.
So you just don't get the tea in the morning.
Just don't get the tea. She might not make the tea. I gotta make her a little tea. And she going to work to get that
I
tea.
think that's a pretty good answer. I mean, no matter what you make, you
Don't let the amount of money.
house.
Don't let the amount of money make you less than a man or how you is in your house. Simple as that.
Now, I
I'm
can
the man
respect
in here.
that.
Let the church say it.
Of all the things you said, I got you when you say
Church say
that.
it.
I'm looking for the.
You gonna keep looking for the hoes with all them damn demands.
It's not demand.
It's not.
It's request.
Oh.
If he demanded, that don't mean she got to do it. If she don't do it, he gonna go some way. Those are his requests. I'm just
She
saying.
got a wish list.
We all have wish lists.
It's interesting to hear everybody's definition of submission is not what when you gave Webster's definition of submitting to a higher power, it's not matching that. Everyone's the men when they talked about their definition of submission was all based off what they like. It didn't say let me lead. It said this is what I like her to do. And most of the women said, I just want to feel safe and protected, which is why when you said that about making this a conversation, and I saw all the different variations, it was a great conversation to have because the reality is when you don't see relationships working, it's because everybody's not on the same page with what they asking for. If you tell me I want you to submit and I'm thinking, like she said, slave, I got a problem with it. But you only want me to be cool and listen or responsible and handle my own. But if I'm thinking slave and you thinking be cool, then I got an attitude because I'm misunderstanding it, which is where you came from with communication. So the conversations have to take place. What is your definition of what you're asking for? Because the one thing that we've learned is nobody in here has the same definition of what submission looks like. So when you submit it to one man, that may not be what it looks like when you do it to another.
I concur. So you asked all the men, give us your list.
Hold on, Chris. Before you get on this, before you get on this real quick, before you get on this, hold on 1 second. I want to go back to this young lady over here in the brown. She said something earlier.
Which one?
Ladies, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. We ain't no churn here, right? There's some sorry ass niggas out here. I understand that. All right. So
y'all was waiting on
it's
that
certain
comment.
niggas I know you can't be submissive to.
Yeah.
It's certain niggas I know you can't be submissive to. The nigga sorry, he won't go to work, he can't keep a fucking job, he always bullshitting around, he tricking off your money, he smoking up the reefer, and can't keep a dollar in his pocket, you know? These certain niggas you just ain't gonna be, and we understand that, don't get it twisted. But when the man's solid, and the man being the man to do what we need to do, that's all we say. Go ahead to your list, Chris, I'm sorry, babe.
Sometimes sorry can still have a job, but no plan.
Exactly.
Because there's a lot of people who want to lead, but they don't know where they're going. So how you gonna take me there? So right, the blind leading the blind. We just out there just floating because, and it happens. But submission to me does not sound like slavery. Submission to me sounds like I trust your decision making for this house. Submission to me does look like protection. When I come home, I am one of the women that's gonna work. I don't know about no 8-year degree, but I'm gonna do what I have to do. But when I come home and the world has been on my shoulders all day, I wanna fall in your lap and know Daddy got me. And I'm not talking about the dad that is the reason I'm on this earth. I'm talking about the one that's gonna carry me through for the rest of the way. When I come to you, I don't want to hear combative about, well, what did this and what did that? You know I trust you. I know you trust me. I know you got me. And I got us and these kids. You cover everything. I'm back up to what you got to do. And then we just keep on letting it trickle down. So submission to me looks like I'm going to let you lead. You can be the general, the president. You can do all that. But I need to know that when I put my life in your hands, not just my life as in I'm living, but my safety, my security, my protection, providing, making sure when I come to you, and you don't hear, I don't know, but I'll figure it out. Don't look back at me like, no, you figured out, you're so good at this. I need to know you got me. If you got me and I feel safe, I'm gonna be the softest thing walking. But if I gotta walk around in survival mode,
But that's
they can go look for the
that's
hoes.
I'm saying that's what both genders are saying though. My whole thing is like it doesn't lie heavy on the man's side or the female side. You gotta be a 50-50 thing. Sometimes you gotta understand you be the last to win, the first to lose. My whole thing is like when you gotta be selfless in the act of somebody else excelling because you know it's for the better of them, which makes you happy, that's when you have submission. My whole thing is like it's when I submit to something, I'm submitting to something. Submit is because of commit. It honestly is. So my whole thing is like it don't take a salary, it doesn't take authority. It takes trust. It takes somebody that has already sacrificed certain times and things for you.
It just takes being a leader, being a man.
That's it.
Man.
That's it. Yo, fellas, I'm serious, fellas. If you write a plan on a piece of bubblegum paper.
We're not.
No, listen. If you write a plan out on a piece of bubblegum paper and get up the next morning and act like you follow through, she gonna follow.
I mean, to go back to what the young lady said though, are you worthy of being followed? Are you worthy of somebody
you gotta show and prove. Now you can't just have a mouthpiece forever.
If we ever get to a point where we fumbling financially and we both stress like how we gonna pay this, and I say I got it, you gotta trust I got it, and you leave it alone. If you can do that, then we gonna make it. That's my definition of submission.
It's not even about
9 times out of 10, I'm never gonna tell you no. But if that 10th time I say no, we're not doing it, you're not gonna question.
It's not even about.
He's saying no for a reason this time. I'm a follow his lead. That's what it is.
As Herc, I respect Herc. I will tell you this one. As my big brother, my wonder twin. If there's a lot of people in this world I look at funny, but I have the utmost respect for you as a man. But I will honestly say I do not agree that women and men are equal.
No.
And I don't agree that when it comes to the world of there's power in submission. And that's something that I was waiting for someone tonight to say that, because a submissive woman is a powerful woman, because that submissive woman can make that man do whatever she wants him to.
That's true.
But there's power in
leadership.
There's responsibility in leadership. So you can't say that you submit and I submit and we submit together. No, you lead. I trust you.
What I'm saying is this. Listen. He could be 6'5", 235 pounds, all muscle,
Good God.
6% body fat.
Sorry.
You hear some type of creepy noise at night.
Herc, you gotta think about
And
something
he look
else.
at you and say,
Right.
go check on that. You don't even see 6'5" no more. So my whole thing is like, what I'm saying is like this. It's like when you submit to someone, you're not trying to prove to yourself. So your ego is gone.
That's
It's
true.
obliterated. That's what I'm saying. So like when I'm saying I'm being submissive, it's certain things like I honestly know I'm right about, but I gotta tell my wife, hey, you right. Just to keep the confusion down, because at the same time, like she's right somewhere, just not on my particular point. So I'm not gonna show my aggression or being some type of authoritative figure.
Humble.
It's
I gotta humble
humble.
myself.
You're humble.
So what I'm saying is like it's not gonna take a money. It's not gonna take a price of money. It's gonna take steady building block after block after block, and knowing
It's a
that
journey.
whatever comes through that fucking wall, if that block is not gonna hold it, we gonna hold each other. We gonna hold that wall up. Whether we got to go together or whether we got to show together.
That's the test, right?
My submission is totally different.
Her, real quick, we in the audience real quick. We got a beautiful couple right here. They've been coming every time I've been here. They've been here, and they really talk very well. They speak very well. Sweetheart, we really want to hear your definition of being the submissive lady that you are.
Preach.
Look at our brother eat. He knows that.
Tell the story, Nynthia. I appreciate you. Carry on.
Submission.
Oh,
That's
from the
completely
beginning.
me. That's completely me. I let him lead. I let him make the decisions. I don't do anything without checking with my husband. He leads the household. But
She married now.
Ho, listen.
carry no groceries. I don't take out no trash. I cruise through life. I don't have to worry about anything. He's got my back. He is not like cohorting with anyone. He's not sleeping with nobody.
Wow.
He's looking, but I'm looking with him. You know. But
They looking for the whole thing.
Hey, I'll marry you if you're really a prince.
Thank you, sweetie. This fella make us look
ask-
bad every time we do this. We cannot compete with this motherfucker here.
Husband. Ask him. They'll take the mic to David.
Okay, David, here you go, brother. Once again, thank you, brother, for making us look bad every time. Here you go.
Making me look
It's
back
with
on
the blazer,
me.
Mel. It's the blazer. The only thing we gotta do is get the blazer. You said no. I was rather Burlington.
Shut up.
What's good, Herc? What's the question?
So I said this earlier on Facebook, and someone DM'd me and debated about it. We are not the same woman for every man. Certain men and how they are bring certain people out of us. You make my friend feel safe and protected, which allows her to feel soft. In that moment, what we're asking is for you, what did leading look like to get there? Sorry. Oh, no, he should stand up for that one. You should take.
Yo,
Here we go. There go, guys.
From the sewer because you smell like manure.
Yeah.
Hey. Brenda DFC, shut up. Go ahead. I just did.
So you
were
asked,
right.
what did it
I didn't
take
violate. I'm sorry.
to repeat your question, Chris?
You make my friend feel safe, guarded, and protected. What type of leadership did it take to bring the soft side out of her?
Okay, so this is a little different. So my wife is an Indian woman from Malaysia. Okay, so you have to cross a cultural barrier and consider these things. So what did it take to acquire submission from my wife, or what did it take for her to understand that I was qualified for leadership?
There you go.
Man, what I'll say is I'm definitely a more refined man today. I have to thank my wife for that. She saw in me what I should have saw in myself. But at the same time, she allowed me to find myself at the same time. She's finding herself. You understand? Like when people come together, it's either maybe somebody's up here and somebody's there. I felt like we both came together at the same time where we were both in a space where
I got
we
people out here. My
needed
cousin
to
from
grow,
Columbia is really different.
but we didn't need each other to grow. You understand me?
Mhm.
Just
My nigga know,
being
my cousin
around
know
each other,
everybody out
getting
here.
to know this
So
woman.
if they really want to go there, they
I
can.
think it was, well, I'm sure she would say it was just natural for her to do so. I've, you know, I would say that fortunately I haven't had to do nothing to nobody that doesn't deserve it. But, you know, with that said, I feel that my wife understands that it doesn't matter what there is in the world, it's us and these kids. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that answered your question, but specifically, like if there are any steps or anything. I mean, gentlemen, you gotta romance your woman, you gotta court your woman, you gotta make her feel like she's the only girl in the world. As far as finance goes, gotta take care of the home. Gotta make sure everything is in order. You know, she can't sleep good if she's stressed out about bills. So you know, you gotta make sure those are in order. Take her out to eat. Every once in a while, you don't always gotta throw flowers everywhere, spend all the money and stuff.
Right there.
Experiences. Me and my wife are the type that like to go on vacation. You know, we just came back from Jamaica. Just, you know, you gotta really treat your friend well. You know, ultimately you gotta know yourself. You know what's good for you. And the same goes for your partner.
Good stuff. Appreciate
You answered
it,
a
man.
very good question because he said what you answered, what the young lady said earlier. You can't keep somebody who doesn't want to be kept. You both have to want it, and when you want it, you'll move different.
So I wanna pose a question for the ladies. Because you said something that was I want to really touch on. For the successful independent ladies in the audience, what qualifies a man to be a good leader?
We got a special
What
guest.
qualifies him to be?
We have a
good leader
special
in
guest here,
leadership?
Black. I think can answer this question. We got a young lady, okay, and then I'll come over here right next.
She was so eager to answer. She pulling up her shirt. I said, calm down.
See her to start.
She pulled up her shirt. Here you go.
I was just here as an observer. I'm probably the youngest person in the room. I've never been married. You know, I've only been in like one serious relationship in my life. I just turned 30. I just turned 30. But
Everybody here is like 35 and up.
I just turned 30 last week. Thank you. But I feel like everything is based off of trust. If I can trust you wholeheartedly, I don't ask no questions. Whatever decision that you make, I know that you made a decision with me in mind. So I'm completely following your lead. Like I said, I haven't been in very many relationships, but that's just how I feel like there's nothing that we do in life wholeheartedly without trust. You know, friendships, even employment, you know what I'm saying? Like everything is based off of trust. So if I trust you, I'm giving you everything. I trust you on every decision that you make. It's all on you. If I can be soft and just carry my lip gloss and my ID with me and turn my brain off when I'm with you, everything, that's all I need. That's all I need. So
Somebody better get this woman before she get tainted. She's gonna be tainted. Dana, we got somebody else on the mic right. Go ahead, sweetie.
Okay, so I feel like I hear a lot of people asking questions like, "Are you single? Are you married?" So let's start there. I was married for 10 years. I was the submissive woman. I am a submissive woman, but I think that with this conversation, we have to talk about the other barriers of like what makes a relationship successful. So I got married right outside high school. Like I was extremely religious, and so I'm first generation American. My mom taught me how to be a wife, right? Like I was raised, you take care of your man, you run a step party, you do all these things, but nobody's raising men to be husbands. We're only raising girls to be wives. That's one thing. Two, when we're raised in the religious atmosphere, you know, women are told like, he cheated on you, like pray for your husband. He's doing this, pray for your husband. He's staying out all night, pray for your husband. And so time goes on and we're using this band-aid of religion to excuse poor behavior. And so again, I don't think the issue is that women do not desire to be submissive. I think that for me, I can only speak, that's something natural. Most of us want to be submissive. We want nothing more than to surrender to our Black kings. Like we look at you guys with the biggest eyes, which is the fall. Sometimes we're like, oh my God, I see your potential. Like you can do all these things. And then y'all, it's disappointing because nobody taught y'all to see that in yourselves. And so then you have this conversation of Black women being jaded, but it's not that we're jaded, it's that we have been disappointed, or we've been conditioned to say like, I love this relationship so much that I literally have to be the living sacrifice. And a lot of us have decided we don't want to do that anymore.
I said the same thing. I said the same thing. Look at all the ladies in the got you curious. They said the same thing. They said the same thing.
Whatever brings
Security.
What you need, baby? What you
Submissive
got?
by buying bags. Somebody said you only submissive buying
This is,
bags.
hey, yo, this is a professor for down at USC who deal on socializing in the environment of the romantic world.
Uh-oh.
No
filter right.
Yeah, I do that. No filter. But anyways,
She's a
you
genius.
can't fault men in this day and age of us not being raised as fathers or husbands. Well, no, but you can't say, oh, no one ever taught us, because we can't deal with circumstances we were brought into. So at the end of the day, we were looking at y'all to help us learn together.
But you want to be a leader.
I am a leader.
So you want me to teach you?
But no, I ain't asked you to teach me shit.
Here we go.
But I've been married. I've been married too.
Can I answer?
Yes, ma'am. Sure can.
You said we weren't raised in this way, and I'm telling you that.
Not all of us.
We're talking general. We understand the context of history and all the things. Like, we're all smart people. We understand that. But I'm saying, if you are a man and you're saying, baby, like, what I'm supposed to do? How I'm supposed to say, oh yes, lead me to glory. When you asking me for leadership advice,
The only thing I'm gonna ask you to do is help me raise these kids.
I got you. That's easy.
That's all I'm gonna ask you to
That's
do.
easy.
I can cook, I can clean, I can do everything else.
Even if he asks you, we go back to submission is a two-way street, right? So if you're his best friend, if you're his confidant, why can't he come and ask you?
He can't, but do you trust me? Because a lot of people have issues with submission on the other end.
So that's why she go both ways.
Yeah, like, so appreciate me. I told you this. Hold on.
I got you.
Yeah, you've been submissive, Mel. Congratulations.
I'm not being submissive. I'm a grown man.
Now we got the
Thank you for that, sweetheart. Thank you for that. Here we go. We got one back here. Hurt. I got you right here. Here you go, sweetie. Here you go.
This again.
It's me again, Hurt. And so listen, this is what I say about submission and how to follow a man that can lead. If he can't lead himself, he can't lead you.
Well,
So oftentimes men are looking for women to help them grow. He should grow himself. And we should add on to it. So if he can't lead himself, if he's lost, you can't follow him.
First of all, let me say this, because since y'all don't want to be, I don't want to get biblical, but he made the first sacrifice. He gave him his rib, man.
Listen, if you want to be biblical, Adam, Eve didn't grow Adam
She introduced him to the apple.
because he was acting crazy and wouldn't be
No, because
submissive.
she said she was hungry. She said she was hungry.
No.
She said,
She
she
said
knows
saw-
she did wrong. And
she
she
saw
said, now
something
you
better
should
that's
bite
gonna
it.
make her feel
She
good.
said, now you should bite it.
Yeah,
She felt it in her heart like I did something wrong. She said, hey, why don't you take a piece? It's just no different from I go to IHOP right now. She would have some of my fries. It's the same thing. I'm sacrificing
You
food
got
to
to
the king.
compromise the issue, Hurt. You got to compromise.
Probably so, but I like my fries.
So that's the thing. How can you follow a man that can't lead himself? You can't. Men that can lead themselves, women can follow.
So what's a man leading himself look like?
All right, ladies, y'all got this on the
No, Big L.
I got you. We got it right here. Ladies, we got a question. What does it look like when a man can lead himself? This is
What does
Dana
that
right
man
here.
look like?
This is Dana, y'all. Y'all don't know Dana. Oh, shit. Here we go.
We not buying you no Hennessy, no ma'am.
I think a lot of you have focused on leadership. I keep hearing this women saying, "Oh, you need to be a leader." You have to start with a man's strength. A weak man can't be a leader, and y'all didn't mention that first. Like, if I spot the slightest bit of weakness in a man,
Pull the mic closer down. Speak up, Diana. Pull the mic closer down.
Whether it's for the resources that he may have, none of y'all. It's all leader, submission. That's why y'all have weak men leading.
Say it again.
Under the guise of perfect relationships and marriages and situationships and stuff, when at the end of the day, 9 out of 10 men are weak. Very weak.
Then I have a question. Then a question up here.
Yes.
So, as a man, is it a problem for us to fall short and be weak at times? But I think the problem is is expectations are set so high. We're human, just like anybody else. We fall short, just like anybody else. So the slightest, we will be weak and vulnerable in some moments. But see, that's one of the issues, because when we fall short, or we may be weak at that one point, and then we're looked at, okay, you showed us an ounce of weakness, so you're weak. That's why we come so aggressive with so many things, and we have so much pressure that's built up on us. When I come home, I want to be weak with my baby. I want to be able to tell her my problems and my issues.
You're confusing being open and you're confusing being emotional and open and vulnerable with weakness. Anytime a man has fallen short, it has been self-induced. A grown man. We're not weakness would be you allow a habit to overcome your life, whether it be gambling or materialistic, or either just being weak and allowing people to push over on you. There's no such thing as get. What's the definition? That's an oxymoron.
A successful gambler?
It's always something that's dated with gambling. But when you think about when men fall short, and I'm not talking about mentally or emotionally, I am talking about with things that affect their livelihood, their household, all of that, it's typically something self-induced.
So you're saying a crackhead or a dude who's alcoholism, that's a weak nigga?
What?
I'm asking because he let something take over his life. He let the crack take over his life. So you calling him weak because he couldn't?
No. You try to think here. Everybody knows what it is to be a weak man.
I don't think a vulnerable man is a weak man.
Yeah, it's not vulnerability when it comes to mental and emotional. I'm talking about weak in your man duty.
Now I can agree with a man that leans on his woman to be the man, even though you still want to run the country and say I'm the president, but you're not doing nothing. I'm doing all the stuff for you. You just sitting there because you were born with the penis, so you feel like you're the man. But a vulnerable person is not weak. To be able to speak on how you feel, it takes a hell of a lot of strength. So people, like you said, they associate weak with emotion. That's not weak. But weak is what my brother said with the egos. When can't nobody tell you nothing because you confidently wrong. You don't listen. And I'm not saying just listening to me, but your word is God. You're not submitting to no one. You just driving us down to hell because you just want to do it because you don't want to hear nobody else. That's some weak shit.
And Dana said 9 out of 10 of us in this motherfucker weak. So y'all niggas, we might as well get the hell up out of here with our weak ass. Weak, strong, weak, motherfucker weak. Hey, we got another thing from the audience up here, sweetheart. What's your name? Her name Mel T. She look good. Here you go, Miss Mel.
I agree with a lot of what everyone has said so far. And I'll speak on both behalves, one being a single person and one being a divorced person. And just to elaborate what I think I heard her say about being a weak individual, well, we all have our weak points, we all have our strengths as well. If you're in a relationship, you need to be vibing with each other, being on the same page with each other in order for you to understand, yes, I'm going to submit to you, or no, I can't submit to you because we're not on the same page. I also believe that just being an individual that's single now, looking at everything that's going on, I'm questioning myself, well, I can't submit to what I see that's coming to me because they're not coming to the same level or standard that I'm on. So if you're not coming to the same level or standard that I'm on, then how can I just submit to you? If you tell me, hey, baby, I love you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but you don't come to the plate, then what I'm supposed to do, just automatically submit to you? No, I can't do that. You're not giving me something that says, okay, we're on the same page. I agree with you. I believe in you. I can follow you. I can let you lead me. Well, first off, I'm at this level. When you're here, how can I let you lead me if I'm here and you're here?
Did he just do the nana boo? Bless your heart.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Miss Man. That's good. We got another one over here in the audience over Mr. Joe. Mr. Joe Smooth, brother.
Yes, Bubba. I got a question because I've been listening to everything as well too. And my question really is like, and I ask this humbly, and I would even put it on the brothers up there too, right? But it's like every woman in there, at least from what I've heard, is making it seem like, yeah, I want to be led, I want to be this, I want to be that. But it's like, how many, like, from the fellas aspect, do you really feel like wifey material? Like, you know, it's like they're talking about what they want, this and that, and it's like yo, come on, man, let's be for real. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it real. Like, it's like you looking sometimes like, yo, you.
So in other words, some of y'all that scream what y'all looking for, are you even wifey material? That's what he asking. Are you even wifey material?
Would you date you? That's what you need to ask yourself. Would you date?
Yeah, like no, and I'm not. It's not a directed at anybody per se. I'm simply saying in regards to like it's like, you know, the man this, the man is weak, this, the man that, and it's like, you know, now when we start looking at you, I'm not saying you per se, I don't know you. Now I'm just saying when you actually put the mirror up in front of self, it's like really, like what are we, like, you know what I mean, like who are you?
You want to take that? Like, you want to make sure, you know, shit, are you even wifey material before y'all even start talking crazy?
But like we said, kind of going back from the beginning, you seek a reflection of yourself. If I'm out here seeking a husband, clearly I feel like I'm a wife. If I'm out here, like you said earlier, I'm out here looking for the hoes, and I'm not looking for that established relationship with love and security and submission. So if a woman is out there, you have to be prepared to be a wife if you're out there preparing for a husband. It's like you can't go out there looking for a job if you not want to be an employee. That just don't make sense.
That's true. But it happens all the time, though. See, that's the point that I'm making, though. People apply for jobs all the time.
But because people like the idea.
That's like, no, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying, like, listen.
We're in the world of that right now.
I don't think there will be a woman in here right now who would say that they don't want to be a wife.
She just said it.
That she don't want to be a wife?
She says she's not wifey material.
Oh, respect. Yeah,
they still want a committed relationship.
But you said you wouldn't date yourself?
Men will pursue me, and they think I'm joking when I say, look, I'm going to drive you crazy.
So I guess, so this is my thing though. So okay, so you're dating these guys. So I mean, I guess what I'm like, are you dating with a purpose?
No.
So what are we?
But like you just said, you said it a different way. But the reality is, everybody likes the idea, but nobody, not many are prepared for the responsibility. So I like the idea of a job,
and I'm not trying,
but they don't want to do the work.
I'm not even trying to, you know, I'm just not. We're having a dialogue right now.
Right.
You just said you're not dating for a purpose, but you also said 9 out of 10 men are weak. So it's like, what do we say? Like, to me, that's kind of like you're not even looking for a purpose when you're dating this particular man, but you're already spotting out the weaknesses of it.
You guys are
bullshit. We got some shit going on here tonight. Yes, sir.
So,
All right.
Can we please acknowledge that Black women are the most educated group of people, period, on this fucking earth. And so with that said, educated, well-raised, we probably have our intentions pretty much set, you know what I'm saying? So when you say like,
put the mic close to you.
Hold on,
put it close to you.
Whoever got the mic talk. We'll get to everybody. Hold on 1 second.
I'm about to say, you gotta understand though that Black women are the most decorated as far as credentials, experience, and willpower. Everything written in the book came from a Black woman. Everything that you see came from a Black woman. So everything exists because of the Black woman. And with that said, yes, we are qualified. It doesn't matter. You can do all the things. It's whether someone wants to do them with you, because you can do everything. It does not make a difference.
Well, good job. Thank you, sweetie.
He going Charleston.
No. Thank you. I'll take the mic. Thank you. Anything else from the audience here? Joe Smooth, you got anything else, brother? I know you probably do. Hold tight, Joe. Hold tight, Joe. Hold tight, Joe Smooth.
Because the reality is, and I said it earlier and I'll say it again, even while you were talking, the idea of being a millionaire is wonderful. Everybody wants a $1 billion ticket. The reality is, most people don't know how the hell to manage the money when they get it. The idea of a job and getting paid and balling and taking vacations is great. But when you get the job, you can't damn do it because the responsibility is heavy. The idea of being a wife is beautiful, but the responsibility is real. There's a video right now on TikTok of a woman saying that women in their 40s getting married and they marry these older men and the men are love bombing them and all this great stuff. And then 10 years later, he dropped dead. He got heart problems. Now you're a hospice caregiver. Here's my issue with that. I laughed because she was on it and she was funny when she said it. But here's the reality of relationships. Marriage has seasons. You got a man for a decade and all of a sudden he got a heart problem and now you may be a caregiver. What the hell you was expecting from a 60 and 70-year-old man? That's that season. So in the beginning seasons, when we're young, we're living, we're having good times, we're making mistakes, we're having babies. Then the season comes, we're raising kids. Then the season comes, the kids are gone. Then the season we're balling and established. Then we get older, we take care of each other. If you catch me on my ended season, then become a caregiver. So I think that people like the idea of marriage, the person you can date all the time, the best friend, the good stuff. And we don't like the cheating and all of that. But there's another side of relationships that nobody likes to talk about. And that's the responsibility. I'm responsible for you when something happens to you.
I want to ask you a question. Mel.
Yes.
You want to bring the mic back over to this young lady right here?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because she did make a point, and I agree with you about the black women being decorated and everything like that with the education. But my question would be, if that is the case, why are so many black men going overseas and marrying outside? I said we're gonna be controversial, right? Then we say we're gonna be unfortunate.
What you do?
Then we say we're gonna be unfortunate.
What you do?
That's what we said, right?
Yeah, but you don't give us time. We can't, Ian, get from back here, Ian.
It's a question.
Hey, he just shot with the same gun that got Kennedy small.
I've been waiting all night to say this.
It's a question.
I've been waiting all night to say this. Let me just tell you a story. Our grandmothers were with our grandfathers, and these niggas didn't make them come, okay? So they're submitting to men who were cheating, who were doing all the things. I'm talking about my grandmother, okay? So my grandmother is a woman who was with her man to the end. And does that mean that she was happy, or does that mean that the priority of her partner was the most important thing while she neglected herself and didn't take care of herself and didn't do all the things for herself? Now I'm answering this question as a first generation Dominican woman, right? You guys go overseas because it's easy to manipulate poor people. It's easy to manipulate poor people. And people who want American citizenship will do anything to get it. That's why. So that is why you're going overseas and getting those passport stamps and you go to Dominican Republic and having a $20.
We're gonna stop now.
Well, if you
you're going too far now.
Damn, what? I'm about to leave next week.
You're going too far, please.
Jesus. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie.
What she's saying is, why travel that far for poor people when there's somebody here with an EBT card? You just saved yourself 15% and you still don't got GEICO.
So,
like her style.
As an ascendant from Dominican Republic, from Punta Cana, from Bravo, myself, see. Well, all right, so
I thought
let me
you
go
were
there.
from the A4. You got 4 different accents.
Yeah, so I'm gonna answer a question real
He's
quick.
from Paris.
Damn, black.
He's from Hope,
Hey,
USA.
tell him they're from Paris on the weekend.
All right, so I travel around the world. I've been to Thailand, Colombia, Medellin, India. We go everywhere. We travel 2 or 3 times a year for the last 10, 11, 12 years. What I see in these other countries, fuck, black.
All this hard shit. Damn, book bag, you had that in there.
Hey, cut the camera on this part, Chris. I can't let this go live. But I'm just playing. Hold on, I'm just bullshit. But what I have seen by traveling the world, for people that do not understand English, never been to the States, never been over here, don't know, it's something about their women that are a little different. and all of them are poor. I mean, I've been to places in Thailand, I've been a bunch of places. They, back to that submission part, they do stuff a little different than not all of them are poor. Not all of them are poor. And ladies, don't take this the wrong way. I gotta be with y'all all week. I got to live here with y'all, so y'all don't beat my ass. But they, I mean, I'm talking about the roll when you get out the shower, the coffee. They making sure. No, they get your plate off the table. No, don't touch it. If you touch the plate, that's a disrespectful sign to them.
I heard
not touch the plate, huh?
I heard the massage for you. I read the magazine.
Well, yeah, that's the other stuff. I'm talking about the real woman, not the actual women that try to make the money over there, but it's real women that have dated from them. And it's just how they rate. It's just a little different. So, where you say you from again? In the blue, the one, little lady. Where you from again? Malaysia. What? Malaysia. Got you. I mean, it's just a little different. Damn, Black. I'm trying not to go too far in this shit, but a lot of y'all try the world, fellas. Y'all done tried before, and I can honestly say it's just.
I think
I'm not gonna say all poor.
This is personal, but I think the entire dialogue is ignorant.
See, now,
I think that I'm not submitting to a goddamn thing. Not an ignorant conversation. I can submit to a man, but there are ignorant ass people in all aspects of every country. There are ignorant ass American women. There are ignorant ass Malaysian women. There are ignorant ass Koreans. There are ignorant people everywhere you go. You gonna get the type of person that you are. I don't care whether you buy them from another country and get them from Two Notch Road. That's a reality.
The bishop.
I mean, I'm more North Main.
So I mean, the idea that it's better when it's somewhere else is a crock of bullshit. If I'm an ain't shit person, I'm ain't shit in Colombia, I'm ain't shit in DC, I'm ain't shit in Africa, I'm ain't shit in England. It don't matter where I'm at. So if you ain't shit, you gonna get an ain't shit person.
Chris, that sounds good, but I'm gonna tell you this. It sounds good, but no, Black, you finish the damn answer. Did you want to bring this shit up about women in other damn countries?
But it's a reality.
Switch the subject on that. Can we go to something else, please? About the other countries? But
same reason people who say when they was one straight, they went gay. People always figure that they're gonna do something else in a different situation, but you gotta fix yourself. The situation of being fixed is not you, it's not the other person, it's you.
Because I got some beautiful women here. I mean, when I leave here tonight, so I ain't talking about
how many?
You answered it. You answered it, but what Mel was saying is true, right? That in a lot of different countries, it seems the perception is that they're raised in cater. But you did answer it correctly because they're poor and they're trying to gain something, which is true. But I just wanted to pose
that's just from her. That's just from her standpoint because I mean I'm retired military, so I've been over the world, and I live. Hold on. Well, a lot of times, see back down. Humble yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what I'm saying. No. You didn't ever let me finish my thought. First of all,
man, you making a bad name for us. We just said we don't act like this.
What I'm saying is, I wasn't saying humble. You use another word instead of compromise or being submission.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
This is what I'm saying. We get back to it, but what I'm saying is, when you go to another country, the women there are different than Americanized women. But the simple fact is, especially Black American women, because of things that's happened over the past, because of the Black man from the early 60s, from slavery all the way to now. So their mindset is different versus going to Japan or China. They're raised culturally different. The woman is not allowed to leave the house until she is married. I'm not. I'm not. See, now you want to a whole.
He just telling about his experience.
I'm gonna talk.
Let him finish.
See, they don't do that over there in Japan.
This is what I'm saying. Hold on. This is what I'm saying. Like, look at it from this standpoint. See how y'all ready to be combative? Like a woman over there, they would have been quiet and let the man finish, and then it would have spoke. You see what I'm saying? But now it's back because you've been combative. You know what I'm saying is, majority of black women in America have been in the combative. No, I'm saying the majority of black women in America have been combative, have been in some type of combative relationship. Period. Whether it's verbal, physical, or emotional. I was raised by a black woman. I see my mama used to trick niggas all day. Niggas used to come in there. Oh, this your daddy for the week. This is my mother now. But this is what I'm saying. It's culturally different when you go over there versus here, and it's not everybody over there is poor. You know what I'm saying? When I was living overseas, I knew cats who had money, but they respected their spouse. Whatever their husband said, that's what they did. And then if they had an issue with it, they didn't go and try to chastise them in front of everybody. They were behind closed doors and talked about it. You feel what I'm saying? Versus here, we so quick to get at each other, instead of working together to have a understanding of one another, especially through communication. Because communication is broken through our culture, period. We have a communication crisis in our culture. We don't know how to effectively communicate with one another without being exactly. Exactly, because a lot of people will listen to respondents instead of listening to understand. I totally agree with that. But communication, it starts with dialogue. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to have honest conversations. We want to sit here and say, well, the woman needs to be submissive and the man needs to be submissive, and we want to be led and all this. But what are we doing together as a unit? You know what I'm saying? It's strength in numbers. So if you're always trying to move apart instead of moving as one, it's a difference, yo.
Because we was leaving this in 2023.
And what you basically are saying right now, and the whole way that everybody responded showed it. The reality is we're a traumatized country of people, and it's not just some are traumatized, some are not. The way that everybody got defensive is a trauma response.
It wasn't everybody, it was a bunch of females.
If you don't give me your mic and you,
I'm just saying, a bunch of females, be honest.
You can't hurt.
Honestly, if you hurt most of the females, raise your hand. Be honest.
Hurt. You are about to drive it right back to where it was.
No,
stop.
It's the truth.
No, stop. It's a trauma response where everybody wants to get defensive, and we've had it up here. We've had it when we talk amongst the three of us. I've seen it with us. You get triggered, and you start defending what triggers.
I don't know what episode that was, sir. I've never seen that. I've never been mad with you.
Listen. Now, one thing this trauma has taught me how to do. My dad at Alabama. Should get different, but it is a trauma response because you get raised around bullies, so you become one. You see a lot of people get drugged, so you become one. Even if you and I just said you were married for 10 years. You out of that marriage. I was married for 10 years. You went through some shit. You went in a great marriage and walked out, but because of that, it triggered, certain things triggered you.
I think what's really triggering is that the conversation of how anti-black it is, right? That's what's really triggering is that the conversation is anti-black. And what I mean by that is, for the most part, like there are some women that are like, I'm gonna date a white man. That's not me. When I see issues within my community, I don't say like, I'm going to abandon shit and go date someone else. But as soon as black women come to you, we're like, look, I'm really disappointed. I need this. It's like, look at you being combative. Look at you, it's like, okay, well, your response to my combativeness or perceived combativeness is to go overseas to find a partner, to say that black women are so unworthy and deserving of love that you got to go to DR, everywhere else to go find. I think that is what hurts people. Like, I don't have a problem with conversation back and forth because I can talk. Like, I'm educated, I'm smart, I can have a conversation. But it's the part where you talk about what your mom did, and that's not everybody's experience. So maybe that skews the way that you see certain things. And so again, like saying things like, oh, we need to go overseas because those women are submissive and not understanding why this exists in the beginning anyways is the problem to me.
But no, what I was responding to was saying that how you were saying for them overseas, that's the cultural thing. And you was just pretty much saying that they were poor and from that, but that's not the case in all circumstances. And what I'm saying here in the black community in America, since Nixon came in office and separated the man from the house. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Is we've been broken there. You know what I'm saying? That is an issue. And it's an issue if you go in these hoods, downtown Columbia. You see it, because if you go to the high schools, you see it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's at the home. You know what I'm saying? And you say about men leading and you want us to lead, it's our responsibility. Like we all said, it's some sorry ass dudes in this world. You know what I'm saying? And that goes on from both sides, but in the same breath, it is with women. Because I see it at the schoolhouse. You know what I'm saying? So it's just not, we gotta learn how to work together as one, become together as one. We're so want to be split. Why? You know what I'm saying? That's part of their plan. You know what I'm saying? Get out the matrix. You
And
know
if
what
I
I'm
can
saying?
just piggyback off you, brother, once again, like I said about 45 minutes ago, it is some sorry brothers out here. But it's our job as some good brothers to hold them accountable and hold them motherfuckers and talk shit to the ass. I talk shit to some of my homeboys in the group chat. They know I'm the one I ain't gonna bite my tongue. And I'm gonna say, dog, you fucking up. You fucking up around that lady and shit like that. She do all that. I'm gonna tell my dogs that, But we gotta hold them accountable too, just to make sure y'all got a better, from the feeding pool. I know some bullshit going on here, but he is what he
Like
is.
this is a scenario.
Can we answer the question?
Why would a woman stay with a man for 8 years? This man has been abusive, does everything, but she continues to stay. You feel what I'm saying? That goes on today as we speak. You got homegirls just like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, when you say enough is enough and you move on, now you're scarred. You haven't given yourself time to heal, or you say you healed yourself, but to be realistic, you're not. Because once you can't unlearn something that you just saw. So if that happened to you, you can't get past it. You can learn how to deal with it, but you'll never get past it. And that's reality.
Which is why, at the end of the day, we come together and have these conversations. You can look on TikTok, you can look on Facebook, you can look on Instagram, you can see the flowers, you can see all of these different things, but our realities have been skewed. I do not agree that other countries are poor. I think we are. I think that other countries are extremely wealthy and that we have this superiority mindset that we are better than so many people. But when you really get out there, you really do see the world beyond what America allows us to see on the internet. They're not broke. There's a lot of wealth in a lot of places. But I do think that we do not take time to comprehend what each other's meanings are for what we desire in relationships. And we are quick to fight, but we are not quick to figure it out. And that's why we come together every third Wednesday here. And we have these figure it out conversations. This isn't TikTok. We're not getting likes from talking to y'all on this one. We're having true conversations about this is what I think, that's what you think. And it's not an argument, it's a difference of opinion. But a lot of times we live in our own bubbles behind our phones, and we feel that our world is right and our timeline is built of people who think like us, and we don't come out of that bubble, and that's not real. And if you want a relationship and you want to get married and you want it to last and you want all these beautiful villas you see online, then we are going to have to open up our minds to be more understanding to the realities and not stuck in our own ways. That's why we call it Make Love Cool Again.
Chris,
this would have been a good segue. Make it last forever.
I listen. If you say something tonight, we're gonna put you in the parking lot on Hartsboro.
I do.
Black, you got something to say, Black?
Black, that fucking question is gone, nigga. Why you keep talking about fucking? You got the mic. Pause.
No, every time you put it in your mouth, it's louder.
Yeah. Pause.
Yeah, pause. Pause.
Stop. They're putting the mic to your mouth.
What's the question?
Pause.
Go ahead.
The question again was, what qualifies a man to be a leader? That was the initial question that we was asking ladies.
Sacrifice.
That answer.
That's it. That's a leader. Sacrifice. First to lose, last to win, in my opinion.
Now he in the audience now.
Now he will be in the audience.
Right, after starting shit.
Don't duck now. A humble man.
Hey, man, he threw rocks and hit his hands.
And hit his hands.
That's what the fuck he doing the front.
A humble
He got the
man
same
that's
voice.
willing to provide, protect, and lead, and create a safe space for that woman to operate in her soft era and create balance in a home. The balance of feminine and masculine energy is what qualifies a man to be a leader. Someone who has enough wisdom to create that space.
Good answer. Good answer.
So that pretty much wraps it up. That's a good conclusion.
Y'all be wilding today. Don't listen.
Hold on. We
I
got
had
one
to
right
get
here. We
cracked.
haven't heard from her all night. Did she go?
I mean, you was over there saying something to me.
Yeah. Here you go, baby.
Hey, hold up. Before you give him a mic, you gotta hold up the little hand in the fair. You gotta be this tall to answer this question.
Who daddy? Oh, Sky Daddy.
Sorry.
Oh,
You ain't believe in
I thought it was one of your babies.
What's
Sky
that?
Sky Daddy. I'm not saying no fool something like that. Don't say that, girl. But once again, this is the third Wednesday out here. You know, they do the CTS podcast. I thank y'all for having me again, CTS podcast.
Boy,
What the hell y'all do?
Let me mail you the shit.
Oh, I love y'all, man. I love having fun like this, man. Once
Make sure
again,
next
we want to
Thursday.
leave the battle
Thank you.
stuff
Thank you.
against the female and the male in 2023. So this wasn't a bash of that. This is,
We're trying-
like Chris
we're trying
said,
to
this is
build
building
unity.
each other. This is unity. Getting this stuff together. She's not doing it for likes. They're not doing it for likes. We're doing it just to air the stuff out. Let's get it off our chest. Let's make the black homes happy again.
That's
Let's make
right.